They say the Illuminati began in the 17th century. Ha. Bullshit. Well, your archives aren't very accurate. The Illuminati have held an influence over historical events going back much further than the 17th century. It seems people are quick to forget that the Catholic Church during the Dark Ages, between the 12th and 13th century, were heavily influenced and infiltrated by the Illuminati under their historically recorded title as the Spanish Inquisition. This is why I am examining the Church so carefully, because the Illuminati and their influence are still being enforced. We have Agenda 21 to support that claim. For instance, the tale of the Three Musketeers, or more commonly known in historical accounts as the Holy Ampulla, a relic that is said to contain the sap from the Tree of Life, and the four guardians who helped transport it to the inaugural celebration of King Charles VII, or as Catholicism refers to as the four beasts who surround the throne of God. Damn it, not another one. Does this shite ever end, or am I to be plagued with imposters forever? Anyways, this event was preceded or followed by an attempt to kill the king, which ushered in the corruption of the papacy by the Illuminati, which was then followed by the corruption of the Spanish Inquisition after that. It's interesting that you do not know or have any records associating the tale of the Three Musketeers to the four lords of the Holy Ampulla, as it was they who discovered a plot against Charles VII by the corrupted Cardinal Bishop, and it was that Cardinal Bishop who opened the doors of the church to his mercenaries and the secret society he worked with that led to the corruption of the church during that time. However, considering the historical records that are a part of your archive's source do not list any reference to these things, tells me that the Illuminati may still be present and influencing the world today. The narrative of the Illuminati being founded in the 17th century conveniently omits them from being held responsible for the atrocities committed by their order during the Dark Ages, considering also that the Puritans who fled from Europe to the American colonies were running to escape that same corruption. So by the 15th century, Europe was mostly controlled by the corruption within both the noble houses of rulership and the church orders across the world, except in America, where they sought the freedom from that oppressive religion. The one thing the Illuminati have been known to carry across history, and is a traceable marker they are known by, is their influence over vast amounts of wealth. Through their financial gains we can trace the movement of the Illuminati through history. For example, the East India Trading Company was a business guild built and run by this secret order. One of its founding members was none other than the author of Alice in Wonderland. Not Lewis Carroll, but the original author, whom Carroll had first gotten the story from and published it as his work, had written the story for his sick daughter who was dying of an illness at the time. He wrote the story to help her cope with the fact that she would die at an early age because of her illness, and there was nothing he could do to stop it. Stricken with grief, he sold his story to Carroll after his daughter died. He also was the founding member of a prominent shipbuilding company. That shipbuilding company later became known as the East India Trading Company and was a financial asset of the Illuminati at that time. The trading company later divided their profits, and as America transitioned into the days of the West, the Illuminati transitioned into the various banking and financial guilds that supported many American gold mining and railroad building ventures, eventually leading us into the American industrial era of the early 19th century. During this time the Illuminati became the financial backers to many illegal activities such as bootlegging during their Prohibition era, and had a strong presence in the union guilds as their overseas financial investors. The Illuminati continued down this track until the time of the Mafia Wars and the meeting of the Rockefellers. At this historic meeting the remaining Illuminati members gathered to discuss the rise of law enforcement and justice. They knew they could not avoid it and decided to take the example that the Mafia had taken and transition their financial endeavors to legitimate business investments or going clean. This began a transition of the Illuminati into ally during the conflicts with Hitler, as they provided the Western Alliance with the Echelon project that decoded secret German messages. In Vietnam they provided military support in the terms of a new unit to the branch of infantry, known as the Green Berettes, that eventually became incorporated as the U.S. Special Forces. At that time the Illuminati announced a public transition to their order and became the United Nations,